Hi everyone. In this video, I would like to talk to you about the final project, which is gonna be the biggest great contribution from me. Okay, so let's take a look into this first lecture. So the final project. So in this project, you will have the combine all the knowledge that you have learned so far and develop an integrated IT system. Okay, so that combine all the technology that we have learned so far to solve a real world problem. It can be imaginary in terms of you speculate that you're gonna solve this problem like this. Doesn't have to be like the actual thing that you have access to, but you can certainly imagine it, right? And then the technology that we have learned so far is PHP web application, automation tool with NHN, MQTT protocol with the sensors that you have with the LED and then the light sensors, and also ERP Next, which is the software to manage business or enterprise. Okay, so that's a lot of technology to think about, and I'm sure you can come up with something cool. I'm excited about it. Okay, in terms of the group size, you can work in pairs or work alone. Okay, but not more than 2 people because we only have so many students in the class, right? And you are going to deliver your final presentation, and then the date will be will be discussed later. Okay, and the presentation should be, not more than 20 minutes. I think that should be plenty. Okay, so since we don't have many groups, so I'm not too critical on the time, on the presentation time. Okay, it has to be in English though. Sorry, the Thai people. It has to be in English. Okay, and during the presentation, you should demo your system. You can do it live if you practice a lot, or if you don't feel too confident. I strongly suggest that you record your system while it's working, and you can do live demo, but if it fails, then you have some backup. Okay, so that's my from experience of trying to do things live, many things can fail. Okay, so and then again, the date and time shall we discuss later, so I'll send you the maybe the poll for you to vote on, okay, later on. Right, and again, will be the largest percentage in the grade from me. So this is going to be 35% of the final grade. So yeah, so I would like you to do a good job on it, and have fun, and trying to imagine what problem you can solve with this tool, which is actually the professional tools that people actually use in real life. So I'm sure you can come up with something. All right. And during the presentation, these are the recommended topics. Okay, you can have more, but probably not less. So tell who you are, of course, right? Team name and members. Problem statement: what are you solving? Okay, and your solution, and you have to describe what your system is doing. And I highly recommend doing it with a diagram. Okay, it makes explaining things much easier. And then maybe you can show us the detail of your implementation. So maybe the code, explaining what the code does, or a screenshot of your N8N or ERP Next, right? That would be nice. Okay, and the demo section, okay, live or video. Okay, and then if there's any suggestion for further improvements. Okay. All right, and I guess another thing is I would also highly recommend that you contact me personally, because this project can be, like it's hard to make a common criteria of how much you need to do. It really depends on your topic. So do contact me so that I can give you some recommendation of what am I expecting, so that you know how much work you need to spend on. Right, so do contact me, and these are the links that you can use. Okay, all right, so let me give you my example. All right, so the problem statement is that I imagine that I own a company that do industrial machinery. Okay, and I can imagine that right now I have system that very fragmented. Okay, and then very manual operations. Okay, So in the current situation, I want to do the sale cycle. Okay, the customer will place order manually through direct contact. So maybe like phones and email. Okay, and then you can imagine that if I don't have any other software to manage the data, I can just use Excel, right? And that means that it's not centralized in any way, right? And also, I might have sales team, and I might have the factory that actually built that machinery, and the communication, maybe I use Discord, right? This is actually, if in Thailand we don't use Discord that much, we use Line application, but I just wanna use something that may be more international. But Discord is fine, right? To communicate manually with different departments in my company. Okay, so what do I need, right? I need the streamlined solution, because right now there are many inefficiencies. Maybe you can elaborate more in your project. What are inefficiencies, right? So I want the customer to submit order directly through an online PHP-based application. Okay, so this is my solution, right? And once the order is submitted, I want to notification business owner, so me, right? And then also the sales team should be notified directly, okay, upon the creation of that, okay. And then once the order is submitted, so when it's created, it doesn't mean that the order is confirmed, but that has to be manually inspected. But once the submission occur, which means that it's confirmed, then I want to make another alert for the sales team, and also through the LED status device. So I'm imagining that in factory, people might not have access to cell phone, which is quite common, and could be for safety issues, or because it's quite messy down there, so people don't use cell phone. So having the device that actually notify people in the factory might be useful instead of just using your cell phone. Okay, and also I want to be able to manage the workflow systematically with ERP next to, because that way I can eliminate the Excel completely through downstream. When you want to make the invoice, when you want to record the payment, I don't want to use Excel anymore. I want to use the system that is professionally created for this type of workflow. Okay, and that's my solution. Okay. All right, so again, if you use diagram, I think it will be quite useful to explain. So these are my diagram of my system. Okay, so the boxes are the system. So I have web application, PHP. I have N8N, so I split them into two parts right here. And I have my Discord server, not Discord service, right? And I have my ERP Next in here, and also have a sensors in here. Okay, so first the customer will place an order, user order. So I should say customer. Maybe I just type it in right now. Customer order, right? And then the green arrow is the part where it's automatic. Okay, the red arrow is when it's manually it's a manual process. Okay, so when the customer order, the order goes to an N8N workflow automatically. So this part's automatic, right? The N8N sales work, I call this sales creation workflow. Okay, it's gonna do two things. First, it's gonna notify the owner, or it can be the sales team, whatever, right? Automatically. Also, this workflow is going to create the sales order in ERP Next automatically. Okay, so that's the two action that's done right away. Okay, the next part is actually manual, because as the business owner, when the sales order get created, I think I need to look at it, and maybe if I need to make some change, negotiate the price with the customer, right? So this part, that's why the arrow is red, because this part I need to do it, or the sales team needs to do it, right? And also this part need to be red. Sorry, I forgot this one. Okay, so once I confirm this and submit the sales order, that part manually, right? It's going to trigger another flow, which is going to N8N again, but this one is going to another flow, which is going to send the notification to the sales team that the order has been submitted or confirmed. Okay. And also, once my order is confirmed, right, the sales order is confirmed, this flow is going to notify the factory that there's an order coming in. So you can imagine that the factory needs to know when the order is coming in, but they don't have access to the cell phone. So they're going to see the LED lights up or any type of system in the factory. So that's going to be I should say it's LED, not the sensor. Okay. Something like that. So that's going to be the flow, right? So once this order is confirmed that my sales team got the notification, they need to go through the sales cycle. And that's something that we learn in class, right? Once you get the sales order, you can create the sales invoice, delivery, and also the payment entry. All right. So that's and that's done through ERP Next, which is give you the I guess the standard workflow for managing this type of activity in the company. Okay, so let me demo, right? I guess I have to show you how it works. Okay, so these are my customer ordering page. Okay, so right now if I click on here, you can see that you can imagine that this one has to be more like an internal customer. Okay, so not like public customer, because usually when you do machinery, you do know the customer, right? So I guess that's my scope. Okay, so you can be customer number 2, for example, and I have the machine in here. Okay, and then maybe I can do 1. So usually the machine is quite expensive, so I'm not expecting a lot of number, right? But then I can do something that quite expensive. So these are the offer price. Okay, I can submit. Okay, and once I submit, the Discord should notify me, for example. Okay, it's actually notify me on my cell phones already, but let me show you this one. Okay, so where is it? This one. All right, so you can see that there is the order created, customer 2, machine B, quantity 1, and these are the price. So I got the notification. So for me, as the owner, I have to go to ERP Next. Okay, and I'm gonna go to sales order. Okay, and right now my sales order is waiting for me. Okay, so I'm gonna look through it like this. Okay, and then customer number 2. Okay, just give me an offer or wanna buy something from me. Machine B, this price. Okay, and delivery day is actually a 7 day from now. This one's actually hard coded. You can change that. You can make this one a variable if you want. Okay. Okay, so for me, if I need to make a change or if I need to renegotiate with my customer, I can certainly contact this customer. And maybe if I want to change it, I can change it too. Okay. For example, I can make the amount, I can make the amount, change the rate to be, how about 29? Because I don't know why I would do that. Maybe more expensive. Like right now, the part is really expensive, so I cannot give you 300,000. So it'd be 31,000, something like that. So I can make a change like this, right? And then I can save, right? And then I can submit. So I want to show you this. Once I submit, 2 things gonna happen. The first thing is that the Discord gonna show the notification. Okay. See? Okay, as you can see that the sales team has been notified, right? And another thing that I should show you is that the LED on my sensor actually lights up. So I need to show you on my webcam, but that's how it works. Okay, and then once the sales order has been submitted, now you can go through the normal flow in ERP Next, which you should show in your project. For example, I can create the sales invoice, right, and then saved. Okay, and from that sales invoice, I can create delivery, right? Okay, I can deliver this item, which to tell the truth, I cannot deliver because I don't have that item in my stock. It's gonna tell me I have, but so you can fix that later. Okay, and also I can go through the payment. Also, if I receive the payment, I can create the payment which I receive from my customer, and then with cash, something like that. Okay, so you can kind of go through this process too, just to make sure that the whole flow is taken care of. Okay. Uh, I want to show you one more thing because I haven't shown you how the LED is light up, right? So let me just make sure I create another order. Okay, quantity 1, maybe this one, like that. Okay, and if I go back to my sales order, it should lights up too. Okay, I have a new sales order, right? Okay, so let me submit it. But when I submit it, I want to show you my webcam. Okay, so this is my webcam. This is my sensor, right? If I hit submit, then this one should lights up. See, and then it lights up for 5 seconds, and then it turns off automatically. So that's pretty cool, right? So that's a system that I designed to solve this problem. Okay. Okay, so in the remaining of the time, I want to show you how I construct the system and what are things that I added. Okay, so first of all, my PHP code. So let me show my PHP code right now. I have to close this one. Okay, so for me, right now, I create 2 new files in here. The main file is called machine order. Okay. And again, I post this file in the lecture already. So if you want to see my main code, this is in page 11. Okay. So what I do is that I create a form basically, right? And then this form, actually this form is pretty cool because it's actually fetching the name of the item and the name of the customer automatically from ERP Next. Okay. So if I were to expand this a little bit, you can see that I have a function that's called get item. And also I have another function that's called get customer. Where is it? Right here. Get customer. So these 2 functions is actually retrieving the name of the customer and the item from the ERP Next automatically. So and then the logic for that's actually written in another file because it's kind of long. So that's why I have another function called get item, and then I have a function called get customer. Okay, and these are the credentials that I use. Okay, so you can kind of see. You can also use AI to fix this or something like that if you want. Okay, so what's kind of cool is that if I go back to my ERP Next and I create a new customer. Okay, let me see, customer 4. Okay. And I go back to my order machine page. Let me just refresh. Okay, you can see that I have 4 customers. So that's something that you can use in order to fetch the data from ERP system. I think that will be the best. Okay, and also my items actually automatically fetch too. Okay, you can use that code if you want. Okay, that would be really cool, right? My NHN actually comprises of 2 flow. Okay, so I have the flow project, my project right here. The first flow is when the order gets submitted. This one I have a webhook from PHP, and then I create the HTTP request to send the data to ERP Next. Okay, so this part is a bit more complicated than my previous lecture because I also use the transaction date, which is kind of code into the dynamically coded. And also the delivery date, I code it so that the delivery day is actually 7 days from the time of the order. Okay, so you can use something like this if you want, or even better, you can also make the delivery date something that customer can input. That will be even better. Okay, and then once I do that, make the HTTP request to create the sales order in ERP Next. I sent a message through the Discord. So again, I also use the data from ERP Next. So once I create the sales order, I will get that data back, and then I can use all the information from that data to customize my Discord message. Okay, so that's the what I call the order sales order creation flow. Okay, and the one below is actually when I submit it. Okay, so for here I have to create webhooks in my ERP Next like this. Okay, so when the sales order is submitted, so this one is similar to what I showed you previously, right? And then I can post. I don't have to do anything much, just similar to what I did before. But the difference for here is that once the what I got the order submission, then I have to do first I have to do the Discord notification, but then I also adding in the LED lights up. So I have to go through this particular topic. So this one is going to be different from depending on which LED machine you have, right? But the only thing you need to do is that if you send the message called on, then it's the LED lights up, okay? And so I don't want the LED to lights up, you know, indefinitely. So I have another node called wait. So I want to wait for 3 seconds, and then I will send another message that's called off. So that's it, right? It's you know, it's a little bit of tweaking, right? But in overall, it doesn't differ that much from what I've been teaching you so far. So you know, in your project, I do recommend that you contact me personally so that I can guide you if you need anything in particular, especially if you need to code. You know, that's something that I can help you look it up. Okay, so yeah, again, I want you to have fun and kind of, you know, learn the technology that's using current technology. So I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. All right, take care and see you.